Virgos, welcome to my channel, True Tarot. For today, my name is Sherry, and I'm going to be reading your monthly forecast for May 2019. I've laid out your cards. This is called a zodiac spread, where it gives you an idea of general tendencies for the month in each area of your life. So there are 12 houses. We're going to start with your first house. And in your first house, you're showing up to the world as wanting to generate new money or wealth. This could be asserting yourself to get a new job, a new contract, a new project. It's a card of beginnings. And so in your career house, you have the card of an ending. And in your first house, everyone is seeing you as wanting to start a fresh new beginning with your money, or how you earn money, or how you accrue wealth. So a lot of people will be seeing you as very interested in your finances in the month of May. And this is not unusual because one of your sister signs, Earth sign Taurus, Uranus just went into it, and so it's different ways of generating money, and it's unexpected things. It might be jobs that suddenly appear that you didn't even see coming. It can be proposals for new kinds of contract work. And so money is definitely going to be on your mind, and people are going to be noticing that you're very focused on your finances. They're going to be seeing that more than they're going to be seeing your personality in the month of May. You're open to new financial options or opportunities. In your money house, this can be you, but if it's you, it means that you're using your feeling nature rather than your analytical nature to invest money or spend money, or how you feel about money is coming up with this King of Cups. If it's not you, it means you may have a friend or a financial advisor who has a nice personality. They're pleasant, they're mild-mannered, they're sensitive, they're considerate. So if it is anyone who's talking to you about investing money in new ways, or just investing your 401k or your tax return, this could also be a tax professional if you pay quarterly. This is a person who tunes in to what you're looking for and what you need, and so it should be a good person. They are in your money house. If it's a friend, it can be a friend that's bringing you more work, or will affect your income or your money or your savings or your investments in some way. They may influence you. The third house is your neighborhood. It can be cousins, it can be siblings, it can be next door neighbors. And then we also have, in this day and age, an online environment, which would be social media, Facebook, Twitter, all of these social media sites. But you have the competition card in this house. So for many of you, you may use social media to generate new business, because the Five of Wands is very much about competition and enterprise. And so people are vying for jobs, they're vying for positions, they're vying for, who's the best at what they do. And so many of your neighbors, cousins, siblings may be finding, that it's a little bit of a battle to fight the money dragon, and they're all out there giving it their best shot, and they're very competitive. And it could be you also, generating business through local environments, whether that's your friends, your neighborhood, your siblings, your cousins. But there's definitely a competitive energy to this card, usually about business, but it can also be egos clashing and people competing for the same jobs. Okay, in your home you have the ambition card or the move card. So some of you may be traveling in the month of May. Some of you may be moving your home because this Chariot card generally represents ambition and directing and steering your life and wanting to achieve something. So for many of you, it might be a move to a new location or a new home. For many of you, it just may be that you'll be leaving your home and traveling in the month of May. And it could also be someone coming in who's traveling from somewhere else, coming into your home and staying there. So it's an ambition card. If you're not moving or traveling, you're very focused when you're at home on what you need to achieve. And you're not relaxing that much because this card is about getting somewhere in life and being very motivated. Some of you might be motivated to put some energy into renovations in your home, but for a lot of you, I see this as moving your home, or you just moved into a new home. In your house of children and new love represents an individual you met within the last 3 years. And with children, it's pretty obvious. You're interested, Virgos, in professionalism, and that you take seriously because you identify very strongly with your temperament in being good at what you do, being organized, being a perfectionist. And so if you have a new love, you're going to be very attracted to people that are professionals, or you are involved with a person who doesn't just have a 9-to-5 job and punch the clock. This person takes pride in the fact that they are a professional. And if it's your children, they're getting careers that are going to bring them some financial rewards by studying a profession or already have studied a profession, and they're doing well in their fields. So this is a card of not a novice, but somebody who's respected and who becomes very skilled and a master in some field of endeavor. Now, in your career house and your health house, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this indicates there will be good opportunities for you that are going to come up. Now, whether this is finding a great physician or finding a therapy that's finally going to heal you, in the month of May, Virgos, you're in a very good position for getting opportunities to improve your situation, whether that's work or health. In work, this is usually, again, unexpected proposals or jobs or projects that seem to fall into your lap or just appear. And so you do have an ending card in your profession house at the top of this reading, which means either a job or an industry or a position has or will end, or has probably already ended and caused you some angst. And so to have opportunity in your work house is very good, because in your first house you're seen as wanting to generate more money or new money, and then in your work house and your health house you have the Wheel of Fortune. So there will be opportunities, maybe abundant opportunities, available to you in the month of May, and you should be open to them. It's a great card in any house. Now, in your partnership house, you have a person here or a situation of someone feeling cut off and lonely. I call this the Down and Out in Beverly Hills card. So one of your partners is either feeling financially strapped and depressed about it and feeling a little sorry for themselves. And if it's not financial, it's a person that feels cut off from you, or they feel they can't communicate with you, or they can't see you. Partners can be children, mates, business associates, even your friends, your family. It depends on, Virgo, who you consider a partner. But one of your partners is not in a good place in the month of May, And it could be also because of endings that are happening in your career. At the top of your reading, in the 10th house, there is a big ending. And usually a person feels a sense of ruin or defeat with this card. So one of your partners may have gotten, I guess, the fallout of this ending in your financial or career house, the industry ending, or a job ending, or a project being turned down. And so just expect that not all of your partners are going to be feeling good or sitting pretty in the month of May. Now, in your 8th house, this represents your sexual life, your bedroom, and also shared resources. So if it's your bedroom, you're going to be doing a lot of gentle advice and counsel, in between the more sensual side of sexuality. This is the card where you feel, that you have to protect someone and, be their counselor. So a lot of, your sexuality may be mixed with giving someone good advice. Now, if it's related to joint finances, the same applies. Either they'll be giving you a lot of advice and wisdom and counsel, or you will be advising them how to go about, getting these joint finances. In your 9th house, the 9th house represents travel, publishing, higher education, and lawsuits or litigation. And you have the proposal or offer card. So many of you will be made an offer to travel or to have someone come see you. If it's publishing, many of you will have an opportunity or a proposal. It might be advertising your business online. You may get emails about that, of how to improve your sales. If it's litigation, someone may approach you that you have a good lawsuit and they want to represent you. And higher education, you'll get offers from institutions or colleges or training places, facilities, to take advantage of their courses. So there'll be a lot of offers for you Virgos in the month of May in any of those areas. And I do see travel or moving in your home. And so many of you may take someone up on this offer to take a trip or go see them or travel. Now, as I mentioned before, your 10th house is how the world sees you in your profession. And you have a heavy card here. The 10 of Swords is one of the more difficult cards to go through. And it sometimes means that you feel stabbed in the back or you feel lack of support. And so, like I said, for many of you, there might have been law changes or policy changes with the company or mergers. And many of you may feel, that your industry or what you were working on, suddenly ended or got canned or squashed. For others of you, if you're like you're independent contractors, a job might have gone really bad and, the crew that you had was awful and you didn't get paid and you feel stabbed in the back. It can be any vocation or profession where something occurred that's very difficult to deal with. If you're in the medical field, it could be a malpractice suit. If you're in finances, there could have been a sudden shift in, like I said, policy, tax law, anything to do with international trade. And so you're almost having an ending of one career or vocation or project and the seeking out of a new profession or a new way of earning money. Some of you may actually retire with this card, like it might be like the final straw that broke the camel's back. And many of you may find that it feels very heavy to retire, and that it was thankless, that your pension or your 401k or your savings didn't deliver what you had expected when you put in all these years of work. You'll have to decide, Virgos, why you have such a ending heavy card in your vocation or your career house, or how people see you in your career. But I do think many of you will be retiring or changing companies or changing professions with this job. And you have another 10 next to you, which is your friends, and it's just a sense of exhaustion. And so many of your friends, or you, are carrying the burden of your friends, because Virgos tend to like to help and fix people and get them together and organized. But you have a bit to deal with here in your profession. And so it's going to be hard for you to sort of dote on friends that exhaust themselves and are very motivated, but they don't know how to delegate anything to anyone else. And so this is a card where you won't be having a lot of fun hanging out with your friends in the month of May. It's going to feel more like a burden on your time or your energy. And, again, in your partnership house, you have that down and out in Beverly Hills card. So if this is not that somebody can't come to see you, or they feel shut out or shadowed by you or cut off by you, it can also be that you're just not having the energy to deal with all of these exhausted people at the moment. You have your own issues, and you felt lack of support somewhere in your profession. And then finally, in your 12th house, you have the best card, but the 12th house is kind of your karma, and it's also your blind spot, and sometimes self-sabotage. And this is the card of freedom. It's called the World. So for many of you Virgos, if you have retired, you're going to have a hard time dealing with, your freedom.